So there's really 4 things that you should be telling yourself about your day. There's only 4 things that you need to be focused on, that you need to be doing, that you need to be thinking about and executing on to be insanely successful in sales. And I think the more you remind yourself of this, the more you find it easier and easier and easier to stay on track and get the very most out of your day. So the 4 things are really quite simple. The first is, what am I going to do to fill the pipeline? Like, what am I going to do right now? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do that's going to genuinely enable me to put more in the pipeline? I'm not talking about trolling around LinkedIn and reading other people's stories and wasting lots of time socially and reading the newspaper thinking you're going to find the opportunity of a lifetime in it. I'm talking about, what am I going to do to fill the pipeline? You know, some of you are in copier sales. Which street am I going to walk? Which building am I going to, suss out for leads? Who am I going to talk to? All right. Basically, what am I going to do to fill the pipeline? If you're not thinking about that, if you're not realizing it's one of the most important things you could be doing every day, funnily enough, no matter how good you are at sales, you won't have enough people to sell to. Once you've got people in there, or once you're starting to meet people, what am I going to do to accelerate the sales velocity? How can I shorten the time it takes between meeting a lead and doing business with that lead / helping them solve a problem? How do I shorten that period of time? Because the better you are at shortening that period of time, the more deals you do each year from the leads you generate, and the more you're going to earn with the same amount of time. How am I going to convert more sales? Not just convert them, but convert them at higher margins, because the higher the margins you convert at, generally the more you get paid. So how am I going to convert more? What am I doing to improve my ability to convert? And then once I've got customers, how am I going to leverage those customers as part of my business development strategy? And how am I going to retain those relationships to make sure that money's not going out the door as fast as it's coming in? Those are the only 4 things that should be going through a salesperson's brain on any given day. And the more you simplify the story and remind yourself of these things, the more effective you're going to be on a day-by-day, moment-by-moment basis. And if you really want to judge the quality of a day, if you really want to take a step back and go, how effective was my day today? Then just sit down and give yourself a score against each one of these. One, fill the pipeline, 1 to 10. How did I do? How effective was I at accelerating sales velocity? How effective was I at converting more sales? How effective was I at leveraging, retaining relationships? If one of those is a 9 or a 10, you've probably had a great day. Okay, you don't have to have 10 on all of them to have a great day. But if all of them are 4 or 5, then you're probably living a 4 or a 5 quality life. You're probably taking a 4 or a 5 out of 10 holiday. You're probably feeling 4 or 5 out of 10 most days. But those days when one of those is a 9 or a 10, that's when you feel fantastic, and that's when you're making real progress. And so I share that because all the strategies I'm going to talk through really are ultimately about making sure that you can do those 4 things more effectively, and that you can dial up and dial down on each one of them depending on where you're at in your sales journey. Thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope you found it valuable and educational and useful for your role in sales. So if you did, please share it. Remember, sharing's free, and every other salesperson out there needs all the help they can get. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I've got lots and lots of content coming out, and plenty of content inside the channel right now ready for you to digest. Enjoy, and remember, sales is meant to be fun. If it's not, you need to change the way that you're doing it.